Hey, what's up you guys? This is just an impromptu start to a vlog because I am trying to choose a book to read and I was like, you know what? I'm really in the mood to read Crave by Tracy Wolff. I've been saving this for this vlog, reading TB Caine's favourite books. If you don't know TB, he is a fellow booktuber, obviously, and he's one of my friends on here from my little group chat. So if you have not seen my other videos I've done reading my friends' favourite books, I've done one for Bookish Therese, I've done one for Monica, aka Mini Reads. So I'm going to do one for TB. I have two of the books planned. I don't actually know what my third one is going to be for him. I guess I'll work it out. I wasn't even planning on starting this vlog, but I just really wanted to start Crave. And I thought, you know what? No time like the present. So I will have all the links to TB's channel and everything down in the description. So definitely go and check out his channel after this video. But for now, I am going to go and start Crave. If you don't know, this is a YA vampire book. Kinda Twilighty. But I mean, obviously look at the cover, it's literally like supposed to look like a fake Twilight. But TB actually loves it. I thought it was going to be kind of cringe, but he thinks it's good. And, you know, I just love Twilight, so anything that'll give me Twilight vibes, I'm here for. I actually thought this was going to be like kind of smutty, this book, because the author, Tracy Wolff, if you go on her Goodreads, all of her other books, other than like this series, are all just like those shirtless men romance books. But apparently it's not, so we'll see. Hopefully it's good, hopefully it's fun and fresh and gives me all the Twilight vibes, and I'm just gonna go get started.
Tracy Wolff. This was, okay, I originally saw this being like billed as like a feminist Twilight. So we're gonna see if that's true. So far it is very like Twilight-esque, because first of all it's fucking huge, so there's that.
I am currently 200 pages into Crave. I'm going to do an update at 200 and then 400 and then 600, which is the end. And I'm going to be honest, this is actually not giving me Twilight vibes, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess it's good that it like stands more on its own, but I mean the basic premise, some of it is very Twilighty. The very first page was literally just Twilight, except from instead of forks, it was Alaska. And then Jackson is so obviously meant to be Edward Cullen, and then there's another guy, whose name I can't remember right now, who is obviously meant to be Jacob, and just like the way they're described against each other, like warm versus cold and all that stuff, is like so obvious. But obviously like this is set more in like a school, which is an interesting like setting. It's like a boarding school, so it's unique in that sense. I do honestly feel like the writing though is a very cringe. It really reminds me of more like a Wattpad book than like an actual book. Like this, the writing in this is what people try to claim the writing in Twilight is like. And I mean, that is a bit of a diss. I am enjoying it though. Like, it is fun. It's just very, very fanficky. And the writing, like the dialogue is so cringe. There's been so many like cringy quotes. I should have actually made a point to tab some, but just a lot of the time I'm reading it, I'm like, oh my god. There's a lot of like acronyms, like WTF and what other ones is there? LOL, I'm pretty sure, probably. Just stuff like that, and then there's like scenes where they're like texting each other, and I don't know, like it is cute, it is entertaining, but it is definitely not amazing literature.
I have no idea what like werewolves can do besides like be wolves, you know? Maybe there's more to them, I don't know. But they didn't do a lot, so yeah,
Hi besties, so it has been a while since I updated because I'm not gonna lie, this book almost put me in a bit of a reading slump. I was really just sick of it, to be honest, but I am finally up to page 400. Eventually, on like exactly page 300, Grace finds out what we have known the whole time, that obviously like there's vampires and dragons and different stuff like that in the school. And from page 300 to 400, now that that's like out in the open and they're talking about it, things are getting more exciting now. Like I actually have enjoyed the last 100 pages, but between like page 200 and 300 I was kind of getting a bit bored. I'm not gonna lie, I did not like Jackson one bit, who is the main love interest. He's not anything like Edward at all. He's just like this brooding bad boy, like he's so edgy and he's so mysterious and so dangerous. They always talk about how dangerous he is, but up until literally like 20 pages ago we never actually saw anything to like highlight this. They kept going, oh he's so dangerous, he's so dangerous, he's so dangerous, and I was like, okay, but like show me how he's dangerous. And finally we have been shown how he's dangerous, and it was okay, it was interesting. The exchange afterwards was still very Twilighty, you know, it was all like, are you not scared of me, of what I am? And she was like, no, I love you. So, you know, it's okay. I honestly don't think I'm going to continue this series. Obviously I've still got another 200 pages to go, so maybe it'll end on like a big cliffhanger, but for now I'm not loving it, to be honest. It's not giving me Twilight vibes at all. It's just giving me like Wattpad vibes, and yeah, it's just like not really what I was wanting from this. I was wanting like smutty Twilight, and instead I got like edgy teenagers arguing about like, I don't know, stupid stuff. Also, Grace has no personality apart from being in love with Jackson. Like, that's the only thing that she cares about and talks about and thinks about. It's like tiring, to be honest. So yeah, honestly, not loving this that much, but I'm gonna keep reading, and the last 100 pages did show some more promise. So hopefully, maybe it'll go up to like a 4-star.
We've already met our love interest, Jackson, and so far, Grace feels like a little bit of a Mary Sue, but I'm still kind of vibing with it because I like the setting very much. Jackson is doing the whole like, I'm going to be a dick, but when we're like alone, I'm going to be nice. Which, see, I personally eat that shit up. So I know that's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I personally am eating the fuck out of it.
I have just finished Crave, and it is a 3-star for me, which is what I kind of predicted. It's just like very average, to be honest. I think the writing is very unique and not always the best way. I think the characters were kind of flat. Like, Jackson's just a typical like bad boy. Grace doesn't have any personality apart from like being in love with Jackson. They're not Edward and Bella vibes like at all. This is so less interesting to me than like Edward and Bella's relationship. I think their relationship is just so beautiful, and this one is just so like, there's just not much to it. People talk about Twilight being like love at first sight and insta love and stuff, but this was just ridiculous. It took the cake, which honestly it does explain it, and like it's not a prologue, it's like chapters written from Jackson's perspective at the end. Like, I don't know, there is like some explanation for some stuff of like why they would fall in love so fast, but it has to do with him being a vampire. But I just think that overall the entire book was just okay. I'm definitely gonna read the sequel though. I think the ending was intriguing enough for me to want to read the sequel, just because it was kind of strange. Like, the ending was quite weird. Like, what happened was predictable, but then like the cliffhanger was like a strange one. I don't know, I don't want to explain it or ruin it obviously, but yeah, I don't know. Not the best start to the vlog, but I'm glad I finally read Crave. I wanted to read it since it was basically announced and like people started hyping it up, so I'm glad I gave it a chance and that I finally read it. But yeah, it was just okay.
Jackson is all cryptic because he says that because they're like together, she's in danger now more than ever, and they can't be together anymore. You know, the typical like paranormal romance trope of like, we kissed, therefore we can't be together anymore because it's dangerous or whatever. Yeah.
This is just a quick clip to say that I am starting the audiobook of Mexican Gothic, which is a kind of like gothic mystery type book, which I was really excited for when it came out. I thought everyone was like hyping it up, and then a lot of my friends gave it a bad review, but TB actually really liked it. So in the spirit of this vlog, I'm going to read it, since TB really enjoyed it and he was trying to get everyone else to read it. And sadly the rest of my group chat didn't love it so much, but you know, maybe I will, maybe I won't, I don't know. I'm listening to it on audiobook, so that is why I am like doing this quick clip here because I'm about to go to work. And yeah, hopefully I like it.
And this is a like gothic novel following our main character, Naomi, as she receives a letter from her cousin who recently married this rich guy, and her cousin says that she's in danger because they are trying to kill her. So Naomi is sent there to try and figure out what's going on. And you know, of course, they live in like a spooky manor, surrounded by a cemetery and full of like fog and mushrooms, and spooky shit ensues. I am on chapter 15 out of 27 for Mexican Gothic, and I am really loving this. First of all, I love the narrator for the audiobook. I think they're doing a great job. But then the book itself, just overall, I am really enjoying. I obviously was a little bit worried because some of my friends really love it, other ones really disliked it. And because I love Gothic stories in general, this makes a lot of sense for me. I completely see why people who don't really understand Gothic as like a subgenre of horror, or just like, Gothic can't even really be horror, it can also be like, you know, romance. Like Wuthering Heights isn't a horror, it definitely just has like those dark Gothic elements to it. But I love, you know, Wuthering Heights, Rebecca, Frankenstein, books like that. And this has everything I love. It has the isolated manor and like the creepy setting with like the mist everywhere and like the staff who are a little bit strange and you can't really trust them, and the family secrets, and it just has like everything that I love. So I am really, really, really enjoying this. It's not a 5-star yet. It definitely has potential to be a 5-star. We will have to wait and see how the story plays out, but I am really enjoying it so far. I'm also really liking that it is kind of a Mexican
twist on a premise or a subgenre that is traditionally very English. You know, Rebecca, Frankenstein, Wuthering Heights, all of those stories are very English. So I think it's interesting seeing a different culture portrayed in this. I wish that it was a little bit more Mexican in a way. I don't know how to really say this. I don't know. I've been trying to phrase it correctly and I don't know how, but I just wish that there was more to really signify like this is definitely a Mexican story. I think we are getting a little bit more of that now with her travelling into the town and meeting some other local people and stuff. And like the descriptions of the town, and also we're getting a bit of backstory on the house and you know, with the mine and stuff. So I guess in those aspects, like, it is very much like based in Mexico. I just wish there was a little bit more, but I also just don't know how she would do that, and I don't really know what I'm looking for. It's just like a feeling I have, I can't really explain. But overall, I am really enjoying this. I think it is great. I think it's the perfect amount of like creepiness with like tense atmosphere and, you know, like mystery and just everything that I love in like gothic novels. So I am really enjoying this, and hopefully it turns out to be a 5-star.
This is like a gothic novel, so it is more atmospheric than like plot heavy. It actually does pick up in the second half. Very much a gothic novel in the sense that it is very slow paced and very focused on building the atmosphere. I
just finished Mexican Gothic and I really liked it. Like I said in the last clip, I loved like the atmosphere and the manner, the isolated setting, the staff being involved, like everything about that is just what I love, and I thought it was done really well. It was only a 4-star for me, didn't have that 5-star mark. For me, like a 5-star is just like more of a feeling, like when I finish a book I'm like, wow. I didn't really feel that, but I did really enjoy it. I did predict the ending. I think that if you've been paying attention, the ending, most of it isn't really a surprise at all, but that didn't like detract from my enjoyment at all. Like I really still enjoyed it all, and I loved how everything played out. I thought it was done really well. And the characters as well. I think the characters weren't like super unique, but they all played their role perfectly. They were all really interesting. I loved like the main character Naomi, how she stood up for herself and everything like that. So yeah, I am just really impressed by it, and I actually really enjoyed it. So I'm glad that it was not a flop, kind of like Crave. I don't know, I didn't dislike Crave, but it was just not amazing.
Personally, I thought it was very enthralling, but I know that is a divided opinion.
So if you enjoyed this vlog, please leave a like, and definitely please subscribe if you're not already. I will be doing more of these, reading my friends' favourite books. In the future, I really like doing this little series. I only read 2 books in this video, normally I read 3, but these were the only 2 that I could really think of right now that were really jumping out to me. I'm in a little bit of a reading slump, so it's been a little bit tough, but yeah, I am glad that I did enjoy both books. I mean, Crave didn't blow me away, it wasn't really what I was expecting, but I did still enjoy it. And then Mexican Gothic, I was a little bit worried about, but I ended up really enjoying, so that was good. Definitely also go and check out TB's channel, it'll be linked in the description. Go watch his videos, go subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next video.